What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 112, and we start today's episode off with a game against Stoke City here in the Premier League, away at the Britannia Stadium, the day before Christmas Eve. And as you'll see by the table, this is going to be a 4th place versus 1st place clash in the Premier League, with almost half of the season being played, 18 games in so far. This is the 19th, so the halfway point. It's crazy, but this is a 1st versus 4th clash, or a 4th versus 1st. The top 4 is West Brom, Hull, Chelsea and Stoke. That's pretty crazy. I mean, you know, when you think about it, obviously Stoke and Hull, they're not bad sides at all, but they've stayed in the top 4 for the first half of the season. That's pretty impressive. You know, you would have expected them to fall away at some stage, but no, for the time being, they're both, Stoke and Hull City are both on for a Champions League place alongside us, the holders, and Chelsea as well. So actually a relatively big game, you know, coming into this. It's funny to say that, but it kind of is, to be honest. And we take them on here. As you can see by my lineup, pretty strong. And the first chance fell here in the 5th minute. Kyle Walker's cross into the box was met by Niang at the far post, but Begovic made a very good save, and his follow-up bicycle kick went outside the penalty area, and Stoke were able to get a counter-attack from it. So pretty poor from Niang there with the bicycle kick. But Zerdink goes down the left-hand side here. He's got a man in support in Bojan, and the former Barcelona man carries the ball himself and finds Zerdink. He picks out Stephen Ireland. Ireland finds Bojan. He takes on Ricardo Rodriguez here. Back heels it to Victor Wanyama. Inside to Bojan. Lovely football by Stoke, but Joe Hart makes the save, and we get the ball away. So still 0-0, but both sides having early chances here. And in the 31st minute here, Marko Arnautovic is on the ball, and Sane makes a good challenge but then gives it away. Arnautovic wins it back. Ireland plays it back to the number 10, back inside towards Stephen Ireland. Lovely footwork and football between those two, but thankfully Joe Hart makes the save and we get it away. That was it for the first half, but in the second half here, 10 minutes after the restart, Steven Nzonzi is challenged, and as Lacazette wins the ball back here, he plays a brilliant ball over the top towards Niang, who takes on Wilson, the last man back, beats him with a fake shot, gets inside and shoots, but Begovic makes the save, and Mark Muniesa gives it back to his goalkeeper, who clears the ball away. So still 0-0, but both sides did have a lot of chances. It's just that they couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And in the 63rd minute here, Andre Carrillo takes on Mark Muniesa, beats him with a Ronaldo chop, gets himself inside and gets taken down, and the referee gives a penalty. So penalty to us, and it is a definite spot kick. Ryan Shawcross can have absolutely no complaints, because if you watch it back on the replay, you'll see he actually elbows Andre Carrillo in the face, and thankfully my Peruvian wing is okay, but you'll see here he just elbows him right in the face, and it's a definite penalty. So penalty to us, dirty challenge from Shawcross, and a great chance for us to make it 1-0 here. It is going to be Niang against Asmir Begovic. Can Niang make it 1-0 and give us the lead just 25 minutes before the end of the game? Yes, he can, because he smashes the ball down the middle and makes it 1-0. And obviously I know how easy penalties are to score this year. Smash it to one of the top corners and you'll score 99% of the time. So I'm going to try and go down the middle a bit at a time as well, just to vary up a little bit to make sure it's never 100% guaranteed that we'll score a goal, or 95% guarantee we'll score a goal, because I might put the ball off target sometimes. But still, yeah, so Niang who gets the goal, makes it 1-0, and we do take the lead here at the Britannia Stadium. And in the 69th minute here, we see Joe Hart get on the ball for us and go down the right hand side. He dribbles out down this right hand side for us here. He's got a lot of space, Joe Hart. Absolutely just loads and loads of time, aches his room, plays a brilliant ball inside towards Niang here, who shoots, and Begovic makes the save, and the follow-up header is palmed away by the Bosnian as well. So still Stoke 0, West Brom 1, as Joe Hart almost claimed an assist there, but it was still 1-0. And in the 82nd minute here, you see Bojan on the ball for Stoke down the left-hand side. He picks out Mark Muniesa. The two former Barcelona men link up as he goes down this left-hand side, crosses the ball in, Juve misses the header, and Arnautovic at the far post heads the ball onto the post and clears, and we get the ball away. So still 1-0. And really a let-off for us there, as we had a very, very poor show of aerial presence in the box there. So still 1-0, but in the 90th minute, Salvio is off the bench and he goes down the right-hand side, takes on his man, goes through one-on-one and shoots, but unfortunately is denied by Begovic, and Stoke get the ball away. And it was how the game would finish, as well, as they dribble out of the box and the referee blows for full time. Stoke City 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, and that means that 19 games in, we are still top of the table and we are undefeated as well. And as the table goes on, and as the points we accumulate carries on as well, the question now is becoming, can we go undefeated? Can we have an undefeated season? And it may be a little bit naive to suggest that, as the board come to us and give us a vote of confidence there, and we give a new contract to Kim Seung-gyu, just in the hope of keeping him. And as you'll see, he actually says yes, he will stay at the club, which is great. The question now is, can we go undefeated? Because, whether we can, win this title, I don't want to say it's won already, because that's way too naive, and it's just ignorant to think that no other team can get back into the title race, which I'm sure they will eventually. Chelsea, despite having a very poor start, are now working their way back up into the top four and catching us a little bit. I definitely feel as though we are going to be so heavy favourites to win the title. I just want to make sure that now we don't lose games stupidly, where we could be on course for an undefeated season, because, to be half of the way through and to still have 0 losses next to our name is pretty impressive, let's be honest. And, with the side we have, there's no reason why we can't go undefeated. We have such a strong team here at West Bromwich Albion. It's really, really good. And I just don't really know, to be honest. I really do feel as though we could do it. We are 10 points clear of Hull City, and we have a game in hand on them. It's like, and obviously Chelsea as well, 11 points clear of a game in hand on them as well. It almost feels as though it's going to take quite a few slip-ups for us in quick succession for anyone to catch us up in terms of winning the title race. It's all about now making sure we don't lose stupid games, because there is a serious chance we could finish undefeated. I don't want to jinx it, I don't want to say too much on it, but even so, it's definitely a possibility. I have been reading comments from people saying this could be an undefeated year for you, and I'm totally starting to believe it now. I've been downplaying our chances of it, but now it's been halfway through the season, I'm definitely starting to believe there is a possibility of me having my first undefeated season in the Premier League. I've had undefeated years before, but never in the Premier League. But still, we take on Liverpool for the second game of today's episode here, and the first chance fell for them in the 5th minute, but Joe Hart made a very good save, and in the 14th minute here, we go down left hand side and get the ball away, but Liverpool play a cross-field ball in their own penalty area, give the ball away. Andre Carrillo finds Jordan Henderson, and Henderson scores and makes it 1-0 to West Bromwich Albion. I had to run away to show the respect celebration, otherwise he would have done the default one, so I sort of ran a circle there to make sure I could do the show respect celebration. But Jordan Henderson scores against his former club and makes it 1-0. Carrillo was going for goal, and it ended up being a pass or a through ball into Henderson, who smacks the ball past Mignolet, who really should have done better. It was straight at him, and somehow he got nowhere near the ball, and Jordan Henderson makes it 1-0. So Henderson has been quite a big player for us this year. He's cropped up with a few goals already. That's unlike Henderson. He's usually more a defensive type of player, but he crops up in the box quite a bit. That's now his 4th goal in the Premier League this season, 20 games in, and he's been playing very well. So Henderson scores against his former club at his former ground, and it's Liverpool 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. And in the 37th minute here, Ricardo Rodriguez is on the ball and plays a good ball over the top towards Niang, who takes it around his French colleague Sacco, goes through one-on-one and shoots, but Mignolet makes the save, and Liverpool get the ball away. And in the 44th minute here, just before half-time, Mkhitaryan finds Mario Balotelli. He picks out Alberto Moreno down the left-hand side, and the Spaniard finds Mkhitaryan again, and Joe Hart makes a very good stop, and we get the ball away. So it's still 1-0, and that was how the game was going to finish, or at least it seemed, until the 77th minute, because not much was happening. But as Matuidi finds Barini here, he picks out Mkhitaryan, he finds Daniel Sturridge, and again Joe Hart denies his England teammate with a very good save and keeps it at 1-0. And in the 83rd minute, we go on the break here. Lacazette goes through the centre, roulettes round Skirtle, he's way too weak, just gets pushed to the floor. Lacazette holds the ball up, gives it to Niang, a very good chance to make it 2-0 and seal the game. Ronaldo chops and shoots, but the shot goes wide and behind for a goal kick. But it was how the game would finish, a 1-0 victory. So Liverpool 0, West Bromwich Albion 1, another clean sheet and another 3 points as well to add to our ever-growing collection of wins. And again, now 20 games in the league, over the halfway stage, still unbeaten, still undefeated. I don't want to jinx it, but seriously, the way things are going, it's going to take a very monumental collapse for us in order for us to lose our first game in the league, or a team just outplaying us off the park, which so far this year has only happened once, and that was against PSG. Everton as well beat us, but they weren't amazing in the game we played against them in the Capital One Cup. But things are going really well, and I don't really see where our first loss is going to come from, so touch wood, it won't ever come. But still, as you'll see, we had a useful monthly report, and we also had a scout report as well. The first one of the new season. I completely forgot about scouting, I really did, until recently. So of course we've got one in Italy, one based in England, and we'll check out how these players do after a couple of months, but for the most part they all look quite poor. And also we are now into January, so the transfer market is now open. Hooray, fantastic, everyone loves the transfer window. So transfer window now open. We do have a few £1 million to work with. We've already spent a couple to give new contracts to Berahino and Kim Seung-yu. but you know, we still have quite a few million to work with. We might bring in 1 or 2 pre-contract signings. I'm definitely contemplating giving you guys the chance to sign another player on a pre-contract via a Twitter poll, so that'll probably happen as well. There may be 1 or 2 signings outside of that as well, but for the most part, you know, why mess with a winning formula? Why mess with such a great squad? We have such a really good team here. I don't want to make drastic changes. Like last year, we sold a day and brought in Lacazette. It was perfectly fine. Everything worked out brilliantly, no doubt about it. Lacazette's now up to an 85 overall striker, but I don't want to make too many drastic changes this year when things are going so well, and you know, we're on course for a memorable year as things stand. But that is indeed going to end the episode off. The last thing you'll see is a look at the league table as well. As you can see, 20 games in, we are top of the table. We are, you know, not running away with it per se, but 13 points clear of Hull City in second, 14 clear of Chelsea in third, and a far superior goal difference as well. Things looking fantastic, and we do want it to continue for as long as possible. So as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.